Welcome to the Lakeview Apiary YouTube channel. I started this channel about a year ago, and I decided at that time that I was not going to put out an intro video just yet because I wanted to make sure that the channel was going in a direction that I had intended. So 1 year later, I kind of know exactly where I want the channel to go, and I figured I would put out the intro video. I started the channel uh, basically because I was thinking back to when I first started beekeeping and how difficult it was to discern between good information, bad information, and just uh, unnecessary information. So I figured I would put together a YouTube channel and kind of bundling all the information all into one little package that's designed for the beginning beekeeper. I would say from years 1 to 3. It's all going to be in tutorial type style, and I encourage uh, dialogue in the comment section, and I plan on being engaged in the comment section as well. So first, a little bit about me. My name's Todd, and I've been keeping bees for about 10 years now. I keep bees currently in northern New Jersey, and that is very important to keep in the back of your mind when you watch my videos and if you choose to use my videos as your primary source of learning how to keep bees. Beekeeping is so geographically specific that um, it could actually vary, I would say, as granular as zip code to zip code. So always keep in the back of your mind, that I am in the north and how that translates to wherever you may be in the country. You're going to have to make adjustments, especially when it comes to timing of things. And timing is one of the uh, important elements of beekeeping. Any of the practices and methods that I discuss in any of my videos, just keep in mind these are not my ideas. I did not invent this. I did not discover these. These are all practices that I picked up from beekeepers along the way. I've been very particular with the type of beekeeper that I would uh, take knowledge from. And I kind of always gravitated towards the old school beekeepers. I would go onto forums, I would listen to people talk and how they conduct themselves and how they explain themselves. And, you know, with many things in life, you don't have to be an expert in a field to kind of get the idea of who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. And I would try to just handpick those people and just specifically, literally take what they say as gospel. There was one beekeeper in particular out of Long Island who was kind enough to take me under their wing. And they were very generous with the information and knowledge and their experiences. He pretty much coached me through my first 2 years. I only met the guy in person about twice. The mentorship that I would call it, I would say was completely online. So it was a cyber mentorship, and it's all I needed. So, and that is why I'm putting this video out there. It's sort of a way to pay it forward. This guy was just so kind, and I was so fortunate to have found this guy that I kind of want to make other people feel, how I'm feeling. And hopefully one day you will think back on this guy on YouTube and you'll be so grateful that I put that info out there and that you too would pass it on and help others out. What this channel is going to focus on is the fundamentals of beekeeping. I believe, like anything else, the fundamentals are the most important part, and you have to learn that before you kind of branch out into more complicated techniques uh, or more intermediate or expert level type things. The fundamentals are the most important, and even if you do advance to other techniques or you start growing uh, so big and you get overwhelmed and a little confused, you always hit that reset button and go back to the fundamentals. And that will 9 times out of 10 put you right back on to course. So Again, this channel is going to be the fundamentals of beekeeping. It's geared toward the beekeeper with 1 to 3 years of experience. If you already can successfully winter your bees and have self-sustaining yards, this channel may not be for you. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a good refresher. Maybe you can pick up some, little, things that I've picked up that you're like, oh, I never thought of that. But it is really geared for the beginner beekeeper. It's my goal is to for anybody who chooses to use this channel as their the bulk of their knowledge and the information that they decide to take from. The goal is that you can get your colonies through consecutive winters and have your yards become self-sustaining. And by self-sustaining, I mean that you don't have to buy bees to replace anything or to grow your yard. That your yards can do that. If you lose a couple hives over winter, you can make up those losses, and then some with what you have left over. That's the goal here. You are going to have losses. It's part of beekeeping. My worst loss, aside from my second year, which was 100% loss, that was a complete blunder on my part. But from that point on, my biggest loss was a 50% loss. So if that's my worst loss, that's not too bad. I usually average around 25 to 10% loss. A couple years I've had 100% success coming out of winter, just zero losses. I'm not going to, count on that. And my goal, of course, is to get everyone as close to that as possible. And if you have 100% success rates, that's fantastic. And I would love to be the one to help contribute to that and get you to that point. Um, so that's it. I mean, to recap, it's I'm not going to teach you how to keep bees. I'm going to teach you how I keep bees and what has worked for me and many others. And if you learn from that and you learn how to get your bees through winter and become self-sustaining, if then you want to branch out and be like, oh, I want to try this, I want to try this method, at least you have the knowledge of the fundamentals. I encourage everyone to leave comments uh, as much as possible. I want to be engaged in that comment section. Um, Again, like and subscribe. It lets me know that I'm doing a pretty good job on putting that info out there. If there's any suggestions you have for me to better put that information out there, please let me know. I will adjust accordingly. And again, I am very engaged in the comment section. Your comment will be read and will be replied to. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the videos.